There she is. The Sith waifu. Thank you, Disney. Just, first of all, thank you for all of the new lightsabers.
This in mind and keep this sword close.
The Duel. This was such a great start. The 3D took a little bit of getting used to, but it didn't take me long to get used to it, and once it like just kind of clicked in my mind and everything just clicked together, the shading looked amazing. It worked. It worked so damn well. The idea of like a Ronin Sith hunting his own kind in a lawless land, like gathering the kyber crystals of the ones he's beaten, is so damn cool. Like, this could be a series on its own, and I hope it will be because it works so well. It's such a simple idea, but it's perfect. It's so simple, it's so cool. And it doesn't even, you know, he could go to other planets, he could at one point encounter a Jedi. Let's see how he deals with that and maybe find out why he's doing it. I don't know. The Sith in this, the other Sith, the antagonist, the villain, she was great. I really liked the character of whoever she is for, you know, those few minutes that we got with her. I think her design and just the design of that entire short, from like her to the Ronin to all the other characters to the houses, and just everything just looked, the design was just insanely cool, and it all worked. I was never taken out of it by anything. There was never like a, oh really, why'd you do that? It fit together perfectly. Whoever designed this, props to you. Everything was incredible. Not a whole lot of force power is used in this one, and I for one actually really love that. The swordplay looked really cool, never going over the top, but still fast-paced and exciting. And I liked how the fight ended. He is a Sith, so, you know, of course he used a little bit of deception. But that duel was actually really fun to watch. I was never taken out of it. The choreography looked solid. It was good. It was really fun. And just overall, like, this was the first short, and like, this is definitely one of the best, if not the best, of the entire Visions anthology. Well, actually, it's not the best in my opinion, but it is definitely in the top 3. Like, it's amazing. It's so cool. It's actually one of one of the very few ones that actually work as a short. There's a problem in this anthology with, you know, time, but I think the director of this and the creator of this and just everyone involved did a fantastic job of telling a short story within the time that they were allowed. And I think they're actually the only ones that actually pulled it off. Tatooine Rhapsody. I can see what you were going for, and I appreciate what you were trying to do. I don't think it worked. I really don't think it worked. It's a story about a J-rock band in the Star Wars universe. There's a Hutt with a mullet, and a Jedi Padawan who wants to sing, and Boba Fett is a fan of punk rock, apparently, or J-rock, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I see what they're trying to do. It's, you know, a happy-go-lucky story. There's not fighting, but there's still that Star Wars spirit of, hey, we're gonna help our friends, and you choose your family, and yada yada yada. All the elements are there. It just didn't click with me. I did watch it in English at first, and of course, that's a bad idea when there's singing involved. This was clearly written in Japanese. The song's not actually terrible if you listen to it in Japanese, if you're into J-rock. It's not the best, but, you know, it's not horrible. So it just didn't work at all in English for me. So that's actually a theme in a few other shorts as well. Like, the Japanese version is just the sub no, not the sub, the dub is just way better in like original Japanese. A lot of the English voice cast in these were fine. Some of them were great, but a lot of it was so no, Rhapsody is definitely watching in Japanese to get through it. The art style of it didn't work for me at all. Everyone looked like babies, and Boba Fett looked very, very silly and not menacing at all. It's, again, there's a hut with a mullet. It's, it didn't work for me. The twins. This is why a lot of people label anime as cringe. I watched this episode again the first time in English, and oh my god. I hate the word cringe, but that's the only word I can find to describe what that episode was with the English cast. It just doesn't work.
No, that isn't true! What's that? Don't live for someone else! As long as you're alive, then you are free! And you're free to choose your own destiny!
Like, I don't know, they're not, I don't know if they're not anime people, they're not, like, sorry, anime voice actors or not, or if it was just the writing. It seemed like they were directly just translating from what they were saying in Japanese, and maybe that just messed with the flow, I don't know, but they didn't, like, the screaming wasn't convincing. It was very, yeah, you know, cringe. I watched it again in Japanese, and if you go into this knowing what's about to happen, and, you know, just accept the ridiculousness, accept the ridiculousness, and watch in Japanese, it's actually pretty, it's a fun 17 minutes. But me going into the first time, I was not happy with it at all. But again, if you accept the silliness and watch in Japanese, it's passable. But this is just dumb anime trope after dumb anime trope after dumb anime trope, and then heightened to the max. The characters are very cookie cutter, like as cookie cutter as they come. They're just like everything else. It's all a cliche. This is Trigger, and they're responsible for a lot of anime that I actually really fucking enjoy, like Kill la Kill, Darling in the Franxx. You know, they have like beautiful vision and beautiful art style, and it just didn't come through here for me. Like, they tried to splash some color on the screen, but they just didn't use it very well, or I don't know. The fight scene was okay. It was over very quickly. There's just a lot going on, which I guess is, you know, normal for Trigger. But there was just something off about it. It needed more time in the oven. It feels like they were just in the studio and asking themselves, is this over the top enough? And after they said yes, they still bumped it up a notch. So no, I really, Trigger did two. They did the Elder as well, but I believe, yeah, it was the two directors of Trigger, or creators of Trigger. They each got to do a short, and the Elder is definitely better. But I want to see this guy try again, because the over the top stuff is good. Just get some decent writers in there as well. The Village Bride. This one was incredible from basically the first scene. So this one was amazing. Like, from the first shot, I was already into the animation style, and then the music took over in the beginning, and I knew this was gonna be good, and it did not disappoint. It is honestly one of the best ones in here. It's so beautiful. It's such a simple story, but the chemistry between the main character and I don't know, it's not her mentor, he's dubbed as the Explorer.
But I did find something I'd like to show you.
The scenery looked amazing. The music, my God, the music was so beautiful. It was just a beautiful mix of anime and Star Wars, and it is exactly what I went into this hoping for, and it delivered. Like, out of all of them, the Bride, I did not know I was gonna enjoy that one. I was looking forward to the twins, but no, this one is this is top 4, top 3. It's really fucking good. Like, just the atmosphere, the music, the scenery, the art style, the animation, the direction, just everything really just, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I really didn't want it to end. Like, I wanted it to keep going. I wanted to be with these people for longer. It was that good. It was really fucking fun. Like the end fight, it was fun. It was really fun. We had a good little speech. We got some anime moments and some Star Wars moments. I wish the Jedi would have done a little bit more. I would have wanted to see that a little bit more, but it didn't ruin it for me at all. It's just a little, I would have liked to see more, but what she did was actually okay as well. But no, the Village Bride, that's the name of it. The Village Bride. Mwah. So good. The 9th Jedi. This needs to be a series. All right, this has to become a full season. This was an amazing little story. I think they nailed the vibe of Star Wars and brought in some new stuff that would be amazing to explore in a full season. Out of all of the shorts, I think this one has the most potential as an actual show. I don't believe they're actually looking to make a show. I hope they are, but I watched behind the scenes, and like, the director of The 9th Jedi was like, it's up to the fans. And I guess he's saying, hey, if we scream loud enough, maybe Disney will let him make it, because he's like a diehard Star Wars fan as well. So I would love to get a full season of this, because my God, it's amazing. It has a very likable main character and a side character. The Margrave was very cool. It got some very interesting world building. Like, the new kyber crystals that change the blade's color depending on the wielder has some amazing potential for both like super dramatic moments and comedy, and just, it's a very nice storytelling device, especially when put into like anime. I think like the potential for that, very good. And the story they put up, the world that they kind of hinted at, we didn't really get to know very much, but like, I'm very intrigued by it, and I really want to see more of it. The fight scenes were incredible. Like, I love that you could see everyone's individual style. The Margrave was very practiced, kendo based, from the original trilogy. Kara was more, flippy, wider strikes from the prequels. Ethan was very unpracticed, and like, everyone had their own unique style, and it was just a giant lightsaber battle, and it was so good. They actually did manage to surprise me in there. Like, from the very beginning, the Margrave, like, it felt like a red herring. It was like, oh, he looks like Sith, so he's not gonna be, right? It can't be that simple. But as it went on, I kept questioning about it, and I was like, oh, these other Jedi, are they Sith? And then Kara held her lightsaber from her dad, and he was talking about the how the kyber crystal makes the blade change depending on the wielder's force aura. So when they got their first lightsaber up there, I was like, oh, okay, maybe are all the lightsabers like that? And then Ethan like turned it on, it was just straight up blue. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. The car is just a special. So that kind of threw me off as well. So later on, when all of them turned out to be red, I was like, oh, fuck, I saw it coming, but I gave up on it. Like, brilliant. It worked. I was surprised by it. And then the guy came out of the robot. I did not see that coming either. Like, no, it was a good story. It was a very, very good story. I think the Ronin still did better because the Ronin told like a short film story. This was more like of a pilot episode, and we need more. We really need more. Please, please, please. I will happily pay an extra $5 to watch each episode. All right, just put it on Disney Plus. Just make it, please, make it. TOB1. What the actual fuck was that? That was... I feel like you have to be high or 5 years old to enjoy that. That's not a dig at you, by the way. That's just how I saw it. If you enjoy it and you're 16 years old, more power to you. But like, what the fuck? Like, the animation and the art style were both very beautiful and very pretty and very creative. But like, every single scene, the pacing of everything was so fast and it just left my head spinning. Like, after every single conversation, I could barely keep up. Like, the music didn't work for me, and the sound design was insane. Like, it was so weird. Why? There were so many, like, hits that didn't come up. The ground didn't seem to make much noise. Like, there was so many weird, out of nowhere scenes and out of nowhere sounds. And it was very, again, if I was high, it might have been very entertaining, but I felt crazy watching it. Like, things just happened and kept happening, and then another happening and happened and thing, and where am I? Like, don't get me wrong, this could have been a very heartwarming story if it had more than 15 minutes to tell its story, you know? Like, yeah, again, it was a very simple story. It was like a Pinocchio, Astro Boy kind of story. I've never seen Astro Boy, by the way. I'm just taking a guess. But like, it could have been a very heartwarming story, a very beautiful story, but it's just, again, the pacing of it was just, we are fucking Usain Bolting through this. Like, no, I'm good. The Elder. This was another one that I was really looking forward to. Again, Studio Trigger, and they actually did a pretty okay job with this one. It didn't disappoint me, but it wasn't as special as I was hoping it would be. Again, it's because I was expecting a higher runtime than, you know, 15 to 20 minutes. But, you know, it didn't disappoint. The two characters felt extremely bland to me. I didn't feel any sort of connection or chemistry between the two. They tried to put it in with some casual talk in the beginning about, you know, how many planets the Master has been to and yada yada yada. But it just didn't click. They didn't seem fun to watch, and to me they weren't really fun to watch. Like, it really wasn't fun until the Elder showed up. And holy shit, that little shit is creepy as hell. Like, from the fucking, his bones cracking as he like pulled out his lightsabers, the yellow eyes, the weirdly long arms, his clear fucking insanity. Like, that was the star of the show. I mean, obviously, is the name of the show. Or that short. But he fucking, no, as soon as he showed up, it got really fun, it got really cool.
We defeated as a Vamka. I certainly hope not.
Again, the swordplay here was really fun. Extremely samurai-like as they traded a few blows, trying to outwit each other rather than overpower. And I think it really fucking worked. It looked really good, it looked super cool. But outside of the two brief duels, I didn't find much to enjoy. I wouldn't mind seeing them again. I just really hope, if we do, that they'll get a little bit more writing done into them and their dialogue between the Master and Apprentice, because I really didn't feel anything for either of them. But no, like, I'd like to see more of that style and that style of fighting, and I'm open. I didn't hate it. I'm open to see more if they're willing to do more. Lop and Ocho. This was another one held back slightly by the runtime. Having said that, this is definitely in the top 2, if not the top 1. The animation was absolutely gorgeous. The little grain they put over it to give it like that real 90s vibe. All the backgrounds were very obviously hand painted. It was all very beautiful. It made me feel very comfy, and I really wanted to go to the cabin, to cuddle under a blanket, put something in the fireplace and just watch it again, because it just felt so cozy and nice. But that's probably just because I'm old. But if you get it, you get it. The characters were all very enjoyable, but again, needed a little bit more time. from, you know, her leaving her family to wearing an admiral's uniform, the sister, Ocho. Like, it just needed more time in the pot, but they did the best they could with the time that they had. I've seen people talk about how weird and out of place the bunny girl is in Star Wars, and it honestly doesn't make any sense to me. There are galaxies worth of planets in this universe, and like limiting the amount of species that we can have in it is just super dumb to me. I truly don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, why is an alien who has fur a problem? I don't get it. I think her having that fur and those long ears made the animation so much cooler and better, and really showed the emotion when her fur like rippled and you saw the ears flapping in the wind, and it added a lot to it. And also, she's super duper cute. So
Turn back now. It's too late.
the final fight felt intensely powerful. You got your typical passion-filled shouting about family as the music hits hard and the scenery in the background just looking absolutely stunning. It legit brought a tear to my eye as the fight climaxed. Like, it got me. It just, the art, the music, just the art of that moment and that fight got me. It was beautiful, and it really reminded me why anime is my favorite form of media. My favorite form of media. Having said that, it was a little weird having Lop screaming about how she was going to bring her sister back as she proceeded to cut her pretty viciously and have her fall off a very tall building, and didn't really seem to care much about it. But besides the point. It was besides the point. But the short ended on a little promise of like she's gonna go find her sister and stuff. And behind the scenes, they talked about, you know, they hope we think that she goes after Ocho as well, and maybe they'll reunite. That he didn't seem to think there would be a part 2, but I would really like a part 2 of that.
Really become a proper family.
AKAKIRI. Again, way too fucking short. Way too short. Like, this would have worked as a longer story, but with 15 minutes, it just wasn't enough for me to get emotionally invested at all. Like, the art style was so unique and so pretty in some aspects. It was meh in other places. In some places, it just didn't really work. But a lot of the time, like, it really felt unique, and it really looked unique. It really sounded unique. I wasn't a big fan of the music, but it worked. And like, just the ending was super cool. And like, just with more time, this could have been something. I didn't hate anything about it. I just didn't love anything either, because again, too fucking short. So please, next time, Disney, Vision Season 2, give them an hour each. I'm fucking begging you. And also, I need a 9th Jedi series, and I need Lop and Ocho movie. Get on it. All right, thank you. Oh, and also have like a like 2 episodes a year of like the Ronin. That'll be great as well. Which one was my favorite here? Like, the top ones, of course, was the Duel, the Bride. I can't forget the Last Bride. What is it? You know what I'm talking about? The Bride, the 9th Jedi, and Lop and Ocho. Those are like the 4 in the top, and they're all very different, and they're all at the top for very different reasons each. So. And that really tells me that I think Visions was a good way to go. Even the ones that didn't land with me, the ones that I didn't really enjoy, I still respect the creators of that immensely for, you know, showing us their version of Star Wars and what they want to see out of Star Wars as well. And the fact that they tried, brilliant, amazing. I'm so happy they did it. Didn't work for everybody, but they did it. And I think that's just very admirable. And the stuff that did work, and I think a lot of us will agree that did work, at least 2 of the 4 that I mentioned, should be very happy with the mainstream, right? Like The Ninth Jedi, that's just overall just a very good Star Wars story. And just Star Wars anime, we need more of it. It's genuinely the best medium, or medium, keep saying medium, I don't know if that's right. It's the best form of media Star Wars can take, in my opinion. Like the amount of emotion you can show and tell, and just the creativity, and like, keep doing the movies. It's not like you're lacking fucking money, Disney, but give us a series. Please, it will work. I promise you, it will work. So I think Visions was a test. I hope it was a test, and I hope it went well, because they had 9 different types of storytelling, and hopefully they're looking at that and going, oh, okay, people really like this one, let's partner with this studio and make like something bigger. I really hope that's what's going on, because I really need more. I really need more. This is, even the ones I didn't like, I'm probably gonna watch them again, just for the fact that there's so much passion behind each and every one of these. Anyway, I have been Stony Magnum. You have been wonderful, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to help support me, I have a merch store. Follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I make silly things on TikTok, and I'm trying to do something fun on my Instagram. I would really appreciate it. Also, hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, I believe. Leave a comment. Which one was your favorite short? And also, if you liked one of the ones that I didn't like, please talk about it, because I would love to see other opinions on them. And yeah, I think this was really fun, and I cannot wait to see more. I've been Stony Magnum. You have been great, and I'll see you guys in the next one.